Okay, looks like we're live. I'm just going to wait to make sure that we have some friends that are able to join. And that just tells me everything is working. So I'll give it a second. If you're watching the replay, just bear with me for a minute so that I can just confirm that everything is doing what it should be. Hello, Sonia. Welcome. You are my first guest. Thank you so much for commenting and letting me know that things are working. If you can't hear me or see me properly, let me know. Good evening, Betty. Hello. Thank you for sharing, Sonia. I appreciate that. Okay. Hello, all my friends. Hello, Margaret Ann. Hello, Janice. Good evening. Happy Wednesday if you're watching live, and if you're watching on a different day, happy whatever day it is. So I'm going to get started. Oh, and Sharon is saying hello. By coincidence, I'm also making a Valentine's card. So Sharon must have seen my description. I said that I'm going to be doing a Valentine's card today. And so we are all creating Valentines together. So hello, hello. Okay, thank you for confirming. Everything looks good on your end, Sonia. That must mean things are good. So I'm just going to take a quick sip of my tea. And it's decaf because I do want to sleep tonight. But I was just feeling like I needed a warm beverage, and coffee is out of the question at 8:30 at night. So hello, my friends. Let me introduce myself. I'm Zara Premji. Oh, hello, Kathy, catching us live from YouTube. Hello, Natalie. All right, so let me introduce myself for those that are watching for the first time. I'm Zara Premji, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and creative coach from Markham, Ontario, Canada. I have been stamping and paper crafting for almost 9 years. March will be 9 years exactly since I first stamped. So it's been an amazing ride. I love making handmade cards. I love sending them to people to bring joy. And I love, love, love teaching and inspiring others to make their own cards. So, just a quick little bit about my story. I was invited to a card making party, and at that time it was called a stamping workshop. So, I had actually no idea what I was doing or what I was getting into. At the time, I was a busy mom. I was working full time. I had two young kids. And it was just a really busy life that left very little time for me or for any kind of self care. And so I was invited to a workshop and just really wanted a night out. And that's why I went. And I was blown away by how much fun I had actually paper crafting, and actually like using the tools and the rubber stamps and the ink to make cards. And so I bought a bunch of stuff just because I also really liked shopping at the time. And I remember my husband saying, well, is this all going to just sit like the $500 worth of scrapbook stuff that you bought? And of course, I didn't say that it would, because in my mind, I thought, no, this is a hobby that'll fit into my busy life. And what do you know, 9 years later, I'm still using all my stuff. I'm still accumulating a lot of stuff because I still love to shop, particularly for crafting supplies. But I really, really love doing these Facebook Lives and YouTube Lives and being able to craft live with all of you, my friends. And so thank you for joining. For those that are watching regularly, I appreciate you coming back and spending your evening with me. And for those that are watching for the first time, welcome. I hope that you enjoy the show. Please comment in the comments so that we can say hello and welcome you. Good evening, Shirley. Good evening, Natalie. Natalie's saying, hope your hot water is back. Yes, the hot water is back. We had a little bit of a fiasco last week, but our hot water is working for now. I'm going to knock on wood here and just hope that it stays that way, because that was, again, something I won't take for granted for a really long time. Hello, my friend Jamie. Hello, Darlene. Hello, all my friends. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you're ready for a fun evening of crafting and chatter. As I mentioned in the description, I am going to be making a Valentine's card. And I'm going to be using a new suite from our new mini catalog. So I'm going to show that to you here. Sorry for the glare. And this is our new January to June mini catalog, which went live January 4th. There are so many amazing products in here. Like, honestly, too many beautiful stamps and paper and dies and ribbons and not enough time to use them all. So I've been crafting up a storm, getting ready for my stamp camp this weekend with my friend Jamie, where we've used brand new product from this catalog. And tonight I'm going to be using a different suite. So we are going to be using a suite called the Sweet Talk Suite. So once I flip the view, I'm going to show you close up what the suite looks like. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we are in the midst of our most amazing promotion of the year. It's called Celebration. And what this means is basically you get to choose items for free if you shop or if you host or if you decide to join our Stampin' Up! Community. So for every $60, you get to choose either a free stamp set or a free pack of paper from here, valued at starting at about $16 and upwards of $25. And then we have some level 2 rewards. So if your order is $120 or more, you get to pick some of our level 2 rewards. And an example of that would be this Hello Friend bundle, where you get a stamp set and the most gorgeous paper ever. And then if you decide that you have kind of a long wish list of things that's anywhere near $100, then I would definitely recommend talking to me about joining our creative community. I keep moving this the wrong way. So basically what that means is you get to choose a whole bundle of product, you customize it, it's whatever you want to put in your kit, $165 in product. You pay only $135, no tax and no shipping in most provinces. And right now during Celebration, you get to pick 2 stamp sets for free. So this is an amazing time to join our community and our team. We call ourselves the Pretty in Pinksters. And we have our own private Facebook group. We have creative challenges, swaps, you name it. We've got lots of fun stuff. So Janice is saying, I hope everyone has fun at Stamp Camp. I can't believe I forgot to sign up. I'm gonna have to check on that, Janice, because I'm pretty sure I sent you a package. I think it should be arriving soon, but we will connect about that. Good evening, Dawn. Thank you for sharing, Natalie. I appreciate that so much. Okay, are you guys ready to get started? Let us flip the view. So now you should be looking, you should see a bigger screen with my hands showing, but you should still also be able to see my face. So let me just turn this a little bit. And this way you get to see all my weird facial expressions when I am crafting and, and when I make mistakes, which happens often. Okay, so let's talk a little bit first about the All-Star Tutorial Bundle. So I am part of a tutorial bundle design team, which comprises, we have 12 different demonstrators from all over the world. Some of kind of like the big name, top performing demonstrators. I'm always still in awe that I've been chosen to be a part of this group. And every month we put together a project and we create a video tutorial for that project. So this month we are featuring the Sweet Talk Suite. So there are 12 different projects, 12 different video tutorials, and then 12 different PDFs with supply lists, measurements, and all the important links that you would need. So if you place an order with me this month, you will actually get this tutorial bundle for free. And if your order is over $50, you also get a gift from me next month. So you'll get that early in February. And all you need to do is just use this host code here that you see on the screen, and I will mail a gift to you, and I will also email you this tutorial bundle. So I will show that again later on, but in the meantime, let's get going with our crafting. So the suite that we're using, as I mentioned, is called Sweet Talk. And you can find that in our mini catalog, kind of at the front of the catalog. And it is on pages 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we've got that on the back side here. You can see the stamps and the dies close up. You can see some different samples. So this is a great suite, obviously, for crafting for Valentine's Day. And did you know that Valentine's Day is the second most popular card sending holiday of the year? And I'm going to let you guess which one is the first or the most popular card sending holiday, but Valentine's Day is number 2. So this is the time to get out your stuff and start creating Valentine's cards. You don't have to just Valentine's cards to a significant other. You can send them to friends, kind of a Galentine's card mailing. You can, send them to, I sometimes send them to my kids' teachers. and just people that I want to show love to. I feel like Valentine's Day is one of those holidays that it's really just about showing love and appreciation for people. So you can do that any time of year, but why not pull out your stuff when we're nearing February 14th? So this suite is really great for creating Valentine's Day cards, but you can also create cards that are not Valentine's themed with this suite. And I'm going to show you one at the end that is not a Valentine's Day card at all. So let me show you the card that I'm going to be making today. And I hope that you can, maybe I'll pull it closer. I know my camera is a little bit high up from the surface. So I am going to, I'm just going to look here. Okay, lots of people guessing. So Darlene and Dawn are saying Mother's Day is #1. Natalie saying Christmas is #1. Let's see, Mother's Day, another guess for Mother's Day. Janice is saying this year she's hoping to send out some Valentine cards. Yes, Kathy, we all need happy mail now, especially right now. I've been saying that for 2 years, and every month that goes by, I'm like, we especially need it. So this is a cute little Valentine's card. It says, it does not say Happy Valentine's Day anywhere on the card. It just says, you're cute and text me. So this card is, while it looks fairly simple, or maybe you might not think it looks simple, it's loaded with lots of different kind of fun techniques and things that you can do. So it's not necessarily a hard card to do, but I'm going to show you a couple of fun little techniques that you can use either when if you're recreating this card or if you are making other cards. So the first thing that I'm going to do is actually tell you what is included in this suite. So we have the Sweet Conversation stamp sets. This is a photopolymer stamp set. It has 17 stamps. I apologize for the glare. And there are these cute little conversation hearts. There's some different patterns, XO, this fun little dotted image. There's a smaller version of that, and then some cute sentiments. The dies are really awesome. So not only do they have dies in here that will cut out some of the different hearts in the stamp set, but we also have this really cute envelope die, which I'm going to show you. It already cuts and scores the envelope out for you. So it's very easy to assemble. Then we have some of these cute border dies and these tiny little hearts and a little banner and a little tag. So lots of fun little dies that you can use, again, to create with the stamp set that coordinates with it, but you can also use it for all sorts of other projects. Okay, so I know I'm trying more to think about different ways that I can use my dies and my products outside of the suite that they come in. And so hopefully this will get your imagination going. The other thing that I wanted to show you is the paper that goes with this suite. It's called Sweet Talk Designer Series paper, and it is a 12 by 12 paper. I've already started to cut into it, but I'm just going to show you some of the patterns here. I love the colors that are coordinating with this pack. So there is Real Red, we have Blushing Bride, we have Highland Heather, there's some Pool Party in here, there's some Daffodil Delight. So you can see on the one side all of these fun patterns, and then on the other side we have these here. So some of them are very heart heavy, and then the other sides have more kind of neutral, versatile patterns that you can use year round. Okay, and I think you can use hearts year round too, because you know, you don't stop loving people after February. So let me get going with the card, and we're going to start by doing some stamping. Now, this suite also includes an embossing folder, and the name of it is Gingham. So it's a gingham embossing folder, and hopefully you can see that pattern there. This is kind of fun. And what I'm going to actually show you is what the card looks like if you stamp first and then you run it through with the embossing folder, okay? So let's grab our X's and O's. I'm going to get my stamps and my ink out. Now make sure you stick around with me till the end, because I'm going to show you some other projects featuring this suite to inspire you. All right, so I'm going to take my X. I've just got a layer of Real Red cardstock, and I'm just going to sporadically, kind of in a random pattern here, stamp the X's and O's. And I saw this really cute card created by someone on the artisan design team using just these X's and O's and one sentiment stamp, and I couldn't help but recreate it. So I'll show you that at the end. And I'm just going to do the O's, just filling in some of the spaces here. Again, it doesn't need to look perfect. Doesn't have to be symmetrical. Just go for it. This feels really good. There's just something really satisfying about putting ink to paper. And if you're new to stamping or you've never stamped before and you're just kind of watching for the entertainment, stamping is really easy. You basically just ink up your stamp, just touch it really lightly, and then you just stamp. Where do I want this? Let's go here. You just go straight down and straight up, and that's going to create your image. As a youngster, even as an adult, I was not very good at drawing. So like I couldn't draw freehand. I could barely even like imitate a drawing. And so I always kind of considered myself to not be very good at art. I really didn't like art, actually. I almost failed it in grade 8 because I didn't want to hand in my assignments because I didn't actually feel like I was good enough. And that just kind of stuck with me. It's just not something that I was really kind of exposed to. So I always kind of had convinced myself that I wasn't creative, I wasn't artistic. And so when I found stamping, I just couldn't believe how beautiful the artwork was. And I didn't have to draw anything, but I could still make pretty things. So what you're seeing me do, hello, Zana. It's 1:45 a.m. in the UK. Oh my goodness. I hope, well, I don't know. Do I want to put you to sleep? Maybe we want to put you to sleep because it's late. But thank you for joining, and I appreciate you staying up late to hang out with us. So, as I was saying, the imagery in Stampin' Up! Stamps allowed me to still feel creative and artistic without having to draw anything myself. So let me just show you what that looks like. Can you see how fun that is? So you've got the stamped background, but then you also have the embossed pattern. Okay, so really cool. I think that's really fun. And you can do this with any of your embossing folders or any of your, any embossing folders you have. Stamp first and then run it through and you'll see what happens. I'm sorry, I'm just going to drink my tea because my throat is really dry. Okay. All right, so let's see what's next. We're going to do a little bit more stamping. And then we'll do some die cutting. So I'm going to show you another, I told you this was going to be like a card that has a couple of different techniques that you can try and see what you think of them. So we're going to start by stamping these two outline stamps. One says "You're cute" and the other says "Text me." Sonia, from my research, Christmas is the most the biggest card sending holiday, and then I think Valentine's Day was number 2, and then Mother's Day was number 3. So I mean, I don't know that it was like a, you know, randomized controlled study. Like I don't know what the evidence was based on, but from what I had seen, Valentine's Day was number 2. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Blushing Bride ink. This is one of my favorite colors. It's a gorgeous pink. It's kind of a cool tone pink. And I'm going to ink that up in Blushing Bride, and I'm going to stamp that down onto the Text Me. Okay, now I'm going to remove the ink from that stamp, and I'm going to take the other stamp that has the dotted technique, the dotted pattern. Now, if you haven't heard of the kissing technique, this is where I can take this heart-shaped stamp, but create a sort of polka dotted pattern. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to stamp it right onto that stamp. And I'm going to just do a little bit more just so I can get the bottom. And then I'm going to stamp that over the "You're cute" and watch what happens. Oh my goodness, isn't that so cute? Can you see that? So you can see that little dotted pattern. So you can see the difference. One is just stamped with the solid, well, not solid, but the filler heart. And then the other one is using the dotted. So that's called the kissing technique. And you can do that with any pattern stamps you have. So that's kind of a fun thing to do, isn't it? All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back my cut and emboss machine, and I am going to die cut some of these, and we're also going to do our little envelopes. So let me pull this back in, make sure I have my platform. Hold on, here we go. Janice is saying, I love that kissing technique. I've never done that before. Now I want to try that. I had forgotten about it too, but I saw a sample. I think it might have been in the catalog where I was like, oh, that dotted heart is so cute. How did they do that? And then I remembered that my friend Jamie had done a Instagram reel where she had shown the kissing technique, and then it all came together. Now let me see if I can kill two birds with one stone. So can you see what I'm doing here? Okay, you can see. So I am going to take my envelope die and I'm going to place that down onto this piece of Pool Party cardstock. And then I'm going to take the heart die and I'm going to put that over the You're Cute. I should probably grab some Post-it tape to secure that in place so that it doesn't move, because that's the worst when you stamp something and then you go to run it through and the die moves and then it doesn't cut properly. I'm super lazy, so I don't want to do things more times than I need to. Okay, so now we're going to run this through and we're going to cut one heart and one envelope. Okay, and we're going to take this off and I'm going to take this off. So I'm just cutting that, sorry, that's just cut that right out for me. And then I'm going to push these through again and do the same thing with the second heart and the second envelope, okay? So work smarter, not harder. Instead of, running these through 4 different times, I'm doing it twice. That's what we're gonna call it. I'm not lazy, I'm just working smarter, not harder. My mantra. Okay. So now I'm going to run that through again. That's right, Janice. It's multitasking and efficient, not lazy. Thank you. I wouldn't even be offended because some days really am just lazy. Like I don't know. My husband would disagree. He's like, you never stop. You just never stop. But like at nighttime, I do get kind of lazy. I can leave some dishes in the sink and just ignore them till the next morning in lieu of like watching some Netflix and just putting my feet up. Okay, we've got the envelope. I'm going to set the dies back. Do you guys all do this with your dies where you put them on magnetic sheets? So when you get the dies, they come on a piece of cardboard that has like really, really sticky double-sided tape. And I transfer mine onto a magnetic sheet because they're easier to come off. I find with the double-sided tape, they get really like sticky and hard to pull off. And then eventually the sticky stops being sticky and then the dies just kind of fly around everywhere. So I love the magnetic sheets. I'm gonna just try and see. Does that light help a little bit? I just turned on a light at my desk. Hopefully it doesn't create a shadow. Maybe that's a little better actually. Okay, so let us start to put this together. Okay, I don't know where that accent came from. Okay, so now I'm going to take my liquid glue and I'm going to stick down this card layer that's embossed and just stick that down onto our card base. Okay, so the benefit of using the liquid glue is that you have a little bit of time to move it around to make sure that it's even. Okay, and if you feel like you need something heavy, just put it on top just to kind of add some weight. I'm just going to add my clear blocks in here, and that's just going to help that stick down. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start to assemble my envelopes. Maybe I want it like this. And there's kind of one flap that's a little shorter than the others. And so I'm going to just stick that down. And I think you could use liquid glue with this, or you can use glue dots. So I'm just going to use glue dots because I find them easy. And so I'm just going to take the glue dot. This is basically just how I'm assembling the envelopes. So I'm going to just put one glue dot right here. Okay, and then I'll put one more onto that last flap and then stick that down here. Isn't that adorable? Oh, these envelopes. When I was younger, I used to love everything miniature. You remember when they had like those little strawberry shortcake minis and little monchichis? Am I dating myself here? And anything miniature I used to love. And so these little envelopes, when they came out, even like little tiny notepads that were completely not functional, like you couldn't write on them. They were like maybe, I don't know, an inch and a half by an inch. Like I used to have these little notebooks that I just thought were so cute, but you could write maybe one letter on them. But I just really loved the minis. Anything mini. Okay. I've stopped seeing comments, and I'm just hoping that that means that you're just watching intently. But if someone wants to just throw up a comment or a heart or a thumbs up or something, just so that I know everything is still working, that would be awesome. Okay, I see it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're enthralled. What a lovely word to use, Dawn. Thank you. I don't feel any pressure at all to make a really cute card when you say enthralled. Okay, so I'm now going to take this square of designer series paper. And if you're not familiar with Stampin' Up! Products, when we say designer series paper or DSP, that is really just Stampin' Up's word for pretty patterned paper. Okay. Which I think DSP is easier to say than pretty pattern paper. That just feels like a tongue twister. So I've just taken this piece of DSP and I cut it to 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, and I've cut a mat of vellum, which is 3 by 3. Okay, so I just wanted to add the vellum because I just wanted to create kind of a subtle border or a subtle mat behind that piece of pattern paper. And I'm just going to stick that down like so. Okay. And we'll just let that sit for a bit. And then we're going to grab dimensionals and I'm going to do the you're cute and text me. So I'm using a brand new sheet of dimensionals. It's so satisfying. Good evening, Norma. Rain in Chilliwack tonight. Boo. Oh, thank you, Natalie. Okay. Kathy, the snail mail set had a really cute little envelope. And when that retired, I was actually sad because of the envelope going, because I just thought it was so adorable. And then it's like Stampin' Up! New that we all need mini envelopes. And so they came out with another. Okay, so we've got our little envelopes stuck down. I feel like I just want to keep drinking this tea. I made a really good cup of tea today. Thank you, Margaret Ann. Where is my twine? Okay, so now I'm just going to add some white twine. Do I love where this is positioned? Let's see if we can just reposition this a little bit. I'm not loving where the envelope is sitting. It feels a bit off. So just going to bring that down a little bit. I just wanted them overlapping a little more. So now I'm going to take my white twine. The one I'm using right now is an older roll, like it's from our snail mail suite that was out last year, but we have actually the Essentials Twine Combo Pack, and it actually has 5 colors of twine. So I just don't have any more of the white left in that one. So I just pulled out this old roll of the white. Okay, so I'm just going to take my little white bow and just press that down right kind of, I want to tuck that a little bit underneath that envelope. Oh goodness, what have we done here? Okay, let's see if we'll get this to just stick down. Sometimes when you're tying the bow, the actual twine twists and then it kind of flips up. Okay, that's not bad. You stay. And we are almost done. We're just going to embellish the card using one more product from this suite. It's called the Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels. These are my favorite embellishment in the whole catalog. And I hope that Stampin' Up! Never, ever gets rid of these. I think I've used, I think I might have used them on every card I've made since this catalog went live. So in this package, you actually get 200 of these gorgeous rhinestones. Can you just see for a second? Like they really should be. They are called iridescent for a reason. They are so gorgeous and beautiful and match with everything. And so I'm going to just take a couple of these. I'm going to pop one right here and then one up here. And lastly, one down here. And that is the card. And just because I don't want to leave you guys yet, I'm going to decorate the flap of my envelope with this piece that I have left here. Let's hope it's long enough. Yes, it is. And I am still going to show you some other projects using this suite for your inspiration. So get ready to take screenshots, or you can always come back and watch the replay. I always forget to post pictures on my Facebook page. I really need to get better about that because I know some people miss the live but might still want to see the projects. Okay, so I'm just going to, all I've done is taken a piece of the designer series paper and I've glued it to the flap of the envelope. So just turn it over to the other side and add some pressure so that you can just press that down. Okay, so now we're just going to turn that around and just follow the line of the flap. Okay, you're just going to follow that and you've got a beautifully coordinated envelope flap. How fun is that? I love it. And do you guys love the color combo, the pop of Pool Party? I love blue. I love Pool Party and red together, so couldn't resist. And that's the card, my friends. What do you guys think? I'm going to just pause and look at the comments. Yes, they match everything. Yes, my favorite embellishments ever. Mine too, Natalie. Yes, lots of people saying that they are my favorite embellishment from the new catalog. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad that you guys like it. Yes, Natalie, a girl after my heart, loves Pool Party. All right, so I promised you I would show you some other cards. Remember, if you want to purchase anything from this suite, you can do that right now from January to June, and then everything is while supplies last. Although, if you think you're going to get the Sweet Talk suite, why not get it sooner rather than later so you can actually use it for Valentine's Day? And you can order that in my online store. And like I said, if you do place an order with me, you are going to get the Sweet Talk suite. Sorry, the Sweet Talk tutorial bundle. So in addition to the projects that I've done today, you'll also get inspiration for 12 more projects in this tutorial bundle. And there are videos in there so you can actually go step by step and see how they're done. So let me show you some of the other projects that I wanted to share with you. So this is one that's done by my friend Ange McKay. We were in a swap together. And Ange used this suite, and this is the swap card. I'm actually going to open this because I think there's something fun happening with the card. Or maybe it's a fun card, don't get me wrong. I thought that this might lift up, but it's a beautiful card using a couple of patterns of the designer series paper, the little border die, and then some die cut. Lots of fun things happening, and then you can see the iridescent rhinestones on that card there. Okay, so that's one. And then we have another card that I had mentioned. I'd seen one of the artisan design team members do, and this it was so much pink that I couldn't resist. So this is on a Blushing Bride card base. This is a piece of designer series paper. So this is actually one of the patterns in the paper pack, and I just cut the full sheet and glued it to the front of the card base. And then I used the X's and O's to stamp. Again, this is not a card that I designed myself. I completely was inspired by Charlotte Mallet, and she's on the Artisan Design team. And so I just copied the card because I loved it so much I had to make it. And then the sentiment is heat embossed in black. So, or sorry, white on black. And you can do this on any color combo, right? Like I just love the white and black with any pop of color. So that's that. And then I had shown you that I told you I would show you a card that doesn't involve Valentines. So this is one where I just used the hearts and I die cut them in different colors of cardstock. So you can do this with any scraps that you have on hand. And then I used the gingham embossing folder and I layered it onto a rose gold piece of paper. And then I used our new Amazing Thanks dies to put the thanks on there. I think I might have posted this on my Facebook page. So I have a blog post on this one, but again, you can just see the possibilities and how you can extend it way beyond Valentine's Day. Hello, Karen. Oh, I'm glad that you guys like it. Okay, the last thing I'm going to show you is we have these cute little treat boxes. They come like this. So they come in a package of 10 and they come basically pre-scored. All the cutting is done and there's even adhesive on it. So all you do is you just basically fold on the score lines and then you put it together using the tape and then you get this cute little box that you can put little treats in. So I used just these chocolate hearts. So I was messaging with my friend today and saying, I ate a salad for lunch to try and be healthy, but then I ate 2 chocolate hearts. Does that make me still healthy? I guess and she said it's better than eating a double cheeseburger and then having chocolate hearts. So thank you for that, Jamie. All right, so then I've just decorated it using some of our designer series paper. This ribbon is from the same suite. And then I use the tag just so that you can get a feel for how everything comes together. So those are some different projects featuring the Sweet Talk Suite. Oh, thank you, Karen. Yeah, I loved the thanks card. I thought that was so fun and a really cool way to do you could do some different ombre styles. So even if you wanted to do kind of all greens or all blues, I think there's some really cool colors that you could do with that. So thank you for that. I'm glad that you like them. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment or let me know. You can message me directly. If there's anything I can help with, let me know. And if you are not yet on my mailing list, I'm going to be sending out a tutorial next week where I'm featuring a new Celebration product each week. Actually, I'm sending it out this week. So if you'd like to get on my mailing list, all you need to do is go to zarapremji.com and you'll see a link there that gives you the option to sign up for my mailing list. And you can do that. And then you will get all the emails that I send out every week. And like I said, I'm trying to send out 1 email per week with at least 1 Celebration tutorial. Last week, I sent out 3. And there's other fun stuff coming. I'm actually going to be sending out sort of a cheat sheet on messages to write in Valentine's cards. So I talked earlier about how you don't have to just send Valentine's cards to your significant other, your spouse, your partner. You can send them to all sorts of people. And what do you call it? The document that I'm going to send out is going to have some different suggestions for things that you can say in your Valentine's cards. Oh, I just had major word finding difficulties there for a second. Shelly saying, thanks. This is one of my fave cards I've seen in this catalog. Thank you, Shelly. That's a really nice compliment. I love your cards. So coming from you, that's such a nice compliment. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. And I will be back here hopefully Sunday morning at 10 o'clock a.m. I do have stamp camp the day before, and we are going to be stamping and on Zoom for about 7 or 8 hours. And so let's see if I have some steam left in the tank for Sunday morning coffee and a card. And I hope you guys all have a great week. For those of you that are joining us for stamp camp, can't wait to see you. And we'll talk real soon. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.